These are 7 YouTubers who went from universally loved to suddenly hated. Starting with one of YouTube's biggest reaction creators, SSSniperwolf. With over 34 million subscribers, she built her empire on reaction content. But her journey from beloved creator to controversial figure would unfold through a series of damaging incidents. The trouble began when YouTuber JacksFilm started pointing out that almost all of SSSniperwolf's content was stolen from TikTok creators.
In each of her hundreds and hundreds of videos, she plays other people's TikToks and provides extremely base-level commentary.
This dude is running sideways! What?
Jack argued she was profiting off other people's work without giving proper credit.
If you want to support the original creators of the TikToks, too bad, because the only links you'll find in the description are all SSniperwolf.
SSniperwolf fired back, claiming 90% of what I upload are my ideas, but the criticism continued to mount. On October 14th, 2023, she drove to Jack's house, took a photo outside his home, and posted it to her Instagram story.
All right in front of your house. Come out and talk to me.
This led to an immediate backlash, while fans expressed their outrage. Hey SSniperwolf, have you been having fun going unpunished for what you did to Jack's films? I hope you are. It won't last long. 6 days later, on October 20th, 2023, YouTube took action, issuing a temporary monetization suspension. The platform made it clear that off-platform actions that put others' personal safety at risk harm our community. Faced with real consequences, SSniperwolf's tune changed completely. She issued an apology. I'm sorry for my recent actions. It is inexcusable. I'm sorry to JacksFilm, YouTube, the entire creator community, and my incredible fans for not being a better example for appropriate conflict resolution. But while SSniperwolf's downfall came from taking online disputes into the real world, another creator's reputation would crumble for the very behavior she built her career fighting against. Documentary creator Illuminaughtii, real name Blair. With over 1 million subscribers, she built her reputation exposing MLMs and unethical organizations, but her fall from grace would be swift and concerning. On April 20th, 2023, Blair accused Legal Eagle's editing team of copying her video style. Not Legal Eagle editors approaching my editors to take my video style, and when they didn't give up the info, they literally copied it. She posted screenshots claiming their editor asked for help recreating her effect. I work as an editor for Legal Eagle, and I was wondering if there was some After Effects plugins that you guys use for things like the intro for the first NFL video, but viewers weren't convinced. Critics pointed out that basic documentary editing styles aren't owned by anyone. Legal Eagle responded, "No one on my team is trying to copy you. Without an exhaustive review of your channel, I believe we used those 2 styles before your channel did. We've used them for 3 to 4 years. He was just hoping to find out what plugin your team used on a particular video, a very common practice among editors. He was not looking to copy anyone's style." Just 3 days later, on April 20th, 2023, former Sad Milk collaborator The Click revealed concerning details about working with Blair. He accused her of problematic behavior in meetings and launching campaigns against anyone who left their group. Soon other former colleagues came forward. Oz Media and Wonder both shared stories of Blair's concerning behavior. On April 29th, 2023, Blair uploaded a 40-minute response video, but it only made things worse. While she apologized to Legal Eagle,
So to Legal Eagle and team, I just want to reiterate that I messed up, and I'm sorry for any stress this may have caused you and of course to your team.
she spent the rest criticizing her former colleagues and presenting herself as the victim. The consequences were significant. In just 30 days, Blair lost over 100,000 subscribers as her reputation declined. The creator who built her career exposing others had finally been called out herself. Unlike Blair's permanent reputation damage, however, some creators managed to turn their controversies into comebacks. Like comedy YouTuber and TikToker Kabi Lame. In October 2021, he would deviate from his usual style of content to talk about racism. We were almost in 2022, and people still use racism because they have nothing to do in their life. Kabi would then insist that not being racist wasn't enough. you needed to be anti-racist, but this wasn't as well received as he probably hoped, and Cabby started losing followers. Still, he stuck to his values. You can unfollow me. I don't care about the numbers. I care about your hearts. In response, people pulled up his old sexist videos and accused him of body shaming. As a result, Cabby lost over 400,000 followers, going from one of the most beloved to one of the most hated creators on TikTok. But then, a YouTube comment drew attention to something odd. Cabby is not cancelled. All the Charlie fans are just mad because he's about to pass Charlie, so they look for any excuse to cancel him. Realizing what was actually going on, Cabby's fans started supporting him again, and the TikToker gained more than 1 million followers the next day. With that, Cabby was finally able to surpass Charlie D'Amelio as the most followed person on TikTok. But while Cabby didn't deserve the hate, challenge YouTuber Airrack had it coming after a series of fake videos. On December 7th, 2023, Soggy Cereal would expose Airrack for faking his 30 Days Around the World series.
And then if you go to episode 3 and pause right here, you can clearly see the 12th September timestamp on his watch. I presume he started filming this challenge at the start of September, giving Airrack an entire 3 months head start before even starting his 30 Days series challenge on YouTube.
Initially, Eric, real name Eric, denied these accusations, stating, "As I mentioned in the videos, some of them were shot before the series, so we could give ourselves a head start to edit and make the vids as good as possible." But fans weren't buying it. In episode 6, when he goes to the coffee shop and tells his audience to leave a good review, his own review was posted in September. More evidence, and the final nail in the coffin came 2 months later when Eric doxed a private pilot.
Also, this pilot guy has chosen to stay completely anonymous because this whole flying into the angle thing is in the gray area of what's legal.
You wouldn't be able to put him in the video.
He wants us to blur his face.
To hide his identity, we agreed to call him.
He used the real name of the pilot as fake name of the pilot.
While the YouTuber continued posting the same kind of videos as before, his views were no longer what they used to be. Much like Dream, whose allegations and subsequent behavior would destroy his 32 million subscriber empire. On October 4th, 2022, just 2 days after his ill-received face reveal, Dream would be accused of flirting with a 17-year-old fan. Worse, just 10 days later, another fan came out with similar allegations. Dream, you f***ed up. I am now getting the law involved, the pictures, messages, everything. And the Dream hate train began. Minecraft YouTuber accused of inappropriate interactions with a minor. Color me shocked. A year later, however, Dream made an hour-long video proving the allegations to be false.
I didn't have any contact with this person. I hardly even remember who this person is at all. And the only messages I could even find with this person were friendly Twitter DMs. And even in those Twitter DMs, I mentioned that they had 18 in their bio.
Just a year later, the YouTuber found himself in another controversy after attacking Tommy Innit fans with a slur. Tommy was quick to defend his audience, posting a video the very next day.
You can't throw around the R slur, mate. You just can't. My mum worked with adults with disabilities, and since I was 12, I volunteered with her. These are real, amazing people who I think of like family.
In response, 2 days later, Dream uploaded, "I'm sorry, but not to Tommy Innit."
I posted a meme on Twitter that used the R word, and I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry, genuinely.
Dream then accused Tommy of using child labor.
Tommy went with a merch company that actually had some really cool designs, with some very hardworking child laborers to make it possible.
Unfortunately for him, Tubbo called him out for defamation.
Blatantly accusing Tom of making his merch with child labor. You don't say in your video, "Oh, I'm sure he didn't know about this." You don't say that this is completely directed at the company, which is, by definition, defamation.
This forced Dream to backtrack.
Tommy, no matter what, did not commit any crimes. Tommy's not on the stand here.
As expected, this only got him more hate. This argument is Tubbo pointing out Dream's mistakes, and Dream saying, "Yes, but I didn't mean it that way," and his views fell to less than half of what they used to be. But Wild Dreams controversies seem to permanently damage his reputation. Tech YouTuber Marcus Brownlee managed to maintain his standing even after multiple missteps. On September 24th, 2024, Marquez would launch his own wallpaper app. This wasn't received as well as the YouTuber probably hoped. One wonders how insanely out of touch you have to be to think a $50 a year subscription for a wallpaper app is a good idea, prompting Marquez to acknowledge his mistake.
I made a lot of mistakes along the way, including the fact that I didn't really explain anything. That was a total misjudgment on my part. I didn't really properly explain the features or what it did, why it existed, or why it even had a premium price tier. And it had a bunch of other issues at launch to begin with that it never should have had.
But barely a month later, he ended up in another, more serious controversy when he drove 96 miles per hour in a school zone and tried to hide it. Worse, Marquez then deleted the driving clip altogether, seemingly trying to cover up his actions. While he eventually admitted he was wrong and took accountability,
there was a clip in that video, since removed, of POV driving a Lamborghini and accelerating to over 90 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone. It's just stupid and dangerous.
His response to another controversy, where he promoted the scam shopping extension of Honey, was much less satisfactory.
I think obviously if I had known any of this, I never would have worked with Honey, and neither would the creators who did, but clearly nobody knew about this going on. But the lesson learned here definitely is for myself and basically every other creator who got with working with Honey is to be even more skeptical about the products and companies that we actually put in front of our audience.
He didn't even actually apologize. That's crazy. Nevertheless, Marquez has continued posting normally. But Minecraft creator Wilbur Shoot chose a completely different path when faced with serious accusations. On February 24th, 2024, Wilbur would be accused of abuse by his ex-girlfriend Shelby Grace.
He had this habit of biting. In the last couple of months of the relationship, that every time he bit me, it was until I needed to use this safe word. It had become his benchmark for when to stop. Only once I was definitely hurt.
And Wilbur only became worse.
Sometimes he would bite me and I would yell out the safe word because it hurt so bad, and he'd clamp down even harder.
Though the YouTuber released an apology just 3 days later, this wasn't as well received as Wilbur had hoped. Worse, Shelby was right about not being the only ex Wilbur had abused, as another woman also came out about her abusive experience with him. This was the final nail needed to permanently destroy Wilbur's career. The YouTuber lost more than 500,000 subscribers and disappeared from the internet. Then, on June 19th, 2025, Wilbur broke his exile with his first video in 2 years. A 6-minute update addressing the controversies while announcing his plans to move forward with new music, but the damage was already done.